everybody, and welcome to the Outdoor Action Channel review of the Valken V Max paintball loader. As you'll see when you get your Valken V Max, it comes in this nice box, nice and easy to open. Once you open that up, you'll see your Valken V Max inside. You just pop that out and set the box aside. Once you do that, you'll see your Valken V Max right here. It's a nice loader. It'll hold 220 rounds as Vulcan claims and feed 30 plus balls a second. We'll check that out later in the video with our own test. As you can see, very easy rear door to open. Nice clean inside. It's got a really low profile. It sits nice and low on your marker, so it keeps you all in line. You got a nice surface here that's a nice cone in the front, so you get a lot of bounces off here. Any balls that hit are going to roll off the sides. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, so it makes it really easy to use. As you can see, you got a standard feed neck here. It's really low in line with the marker, so it'll sit right on top of your gun like I said before. And as you'll see here in the back, you have your battery door, so you can just pop that open really easily. As you can see, this takes two 9 volts. Just pop those in there. It's one button operation, so you hit this button in the back here, turns the loader on, and we do that, it turns on and it also primes it, as you can hear. And then you can feed your paintballs in. There's a 4-channel rubber disc that'll feed the balls into the chute, and down here it has a ninja star setup, so every time a ball passes inside, the star will turn and it'll activate the loader to go off again. The Valken V Max is completely toolless to disassemble, so the first thing you're going to want to do is insert your finger into this tab down here and separate the top and the bottom that easily. Once you have this done, you can start cleaning just your regular wiping maintenance, but also you can just take your bottom plate right here and just pop this off, and it comes right out. Super easy to do. And then all you have left is your feed tray, your board, and your batteries. So as you can see, there's a switch right here. If you just flip that over to the side, you can take your feed tray assembly out and do any maintenance that you might have left, get any broken shells out of there, any broken ball material, get that all nice and clean so you're always feeding clean balls into your marker and you get the most consistent shots possible. To put it back together, all you got to do is insert that back in, make sure it's all the way down, flip your lever back so that it's pointing straight front and back with the marker, and you just take your feed tray. So you want to insert it into the front first like this. And once you do that, you can just snap it into the back. You're all set there. And then probably the hardest part about getting this back together is putting the top and the bottom back together. Just going to want to shut your top. First thing you want to do is line up the top and the bottom. Just put those on like this. Just want to gently push back until you hear it click. Make sure you're in line. And then once you do that, just give it a quick smack and it goes right back together. I've shot about 10 to 15 cases out of the Valken V Max. It feeds great. It's a great hopper to use. It's fairly quiet. It's great because it's not constant feed, so it's a lot better on batteries than like a die rotor would be. Now it does carry two 9 volts. I do recommend that after you're done playing, you do take them out of this battery compartment. I don't know if it's just my V Max or all of them, but if you tend to leave the batteries in there, they do drain out, and then you're out money on 9 volts, which as we know aren't cheap. So I recommend taking your 9 volts out when you're not using the hopper. But otherwise, I've never had a time where I can't go an entire day of play, like show up at the field at 10 a.m. and leave at 4, shoot about a case and a half, and not shoot every ball perfectly fine. Valken V Max always performs. Vulcan claims that the V Max with, as you can see, two 9 volts inserted, weighs under a pound. So we have our scale here. You can just turn that on. Then once we have our scale, we can weigh this with those two 9 volts in there, just set it on. And as you can see down there, that is 15.9 ounces, so that's just under 1 pound with two 9 volts in there. Super light hopper to use. It's great. It doesn't add too much to your gun. Super great on weight. It won't bother you when you're at your field all day. It's really great to do. But now, the most important thing we need to do is the speed test. Vulcan does claim that this will feed 30 balls per second, but we're going to do our own speed test. I counted out exactly 210 paintballs. They do claim 220, but I had this filled to the top, and I only got 210. It's Vulcan Redemption. It's a $55 case paint, so it's a higher end paint that's already going to be a little bit underboard. So we're going to go ahead, add those 210 rounds, and see how fast we can get it to drain the hopper. Also, for this to be a completely fair test, we're going to take out our used batteries that have been used at the field, And we're going to replace those with two completely new 9 volts. So you want to make sure your positive end faces the back of the hopper. You just simply insert those in there. Super easy to do on the Vulcan VMAX. Shut your door and close it. This door has a lot of tension. There is a screw you can insert if you want to. Personally, I don't, because this is a really good door. I've never had it pop open on me, so I don't feel that's necessary. But if you want to leave this screw in there, go ahead. It's not too big of a deal. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take our Vmax. We're going to take our 2 pods that we have counted out that hold exactly 210 rounds once we have them both in here. Just going to grab the bottom here. Alright, and when we did that, we did lose 2 balls, so when we do the math, this will be out of 208 paintballs. So as you just go ahead, shut the door, and to make this work out as best we can, we're going to take our pod loader here, and we're just going to dump the Vmax, just turn it on, and let it unfeed into here. So I'm going to start my stopwatch for you guys. I'm just going to let this run. And that'll be in 3, 2, 1. Alright, there we go. So that was 208 paintballs, as you can see, in 12.55 seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and set all this stuff aside for you guys. Alright, and after doing the math out, those 208 paintballs in 12.55 seconds actually comes out to be about 16.5 balls a second. Keep in mind that's with a completely new Duracell 9 volts. As you can see, if you search around in other videos, they're going to show about the same results. The box does claim 30 plus balls a second, but everybody that's tested I've seen is getting about the 16.5 balls a second that we just got. But still, most tournaments are only going to let you go up to 12.5 for PSP, so 16.5 will serve you just fine. Your hopper's not going to be turning too fast. I think that's actually a great speed, because 30 sometimes it'll put a little too much pressure on the balls if you're just an uncapped semi, and that'll lead to some breaks and barrel chops that nobody wants. But overall, in conclusion, the Vmax is a great loader. It has a superior weight compared to other loaders on the market. It's under a pound with 2 9 volts in it, which is great. This top, super easy to open. If you're somebody that's more into tournaments and speedball and you want to get a speed feed, Vulcan does make them. You simply move this switch over to the side, you pop this plastic piece off, and then you do that same maneuver and replace it with your speed feed. Super easy to use. It's a great product overall. Just show you this cone once again. It's super smooth. There's no flat edges on it except right here where it goes into your marker, but that's going to be flat on your marker anyway. It's great. You're going to get a lot of rolls and bounces off here. I really do enjoy the Vulcan VMAX. It's at a great price point. You're not spending $100, $200 on a loader. I believe you can get these for about $60 most of the time. The Vulcan VMAX, it's great, super easy to clean, it's toolless disassembly. I've been hitting the hopper a ton of times, and the times that it's just been a square shot and it's broke, there's been no problems. This is a great plastic, it's super sturdy, and I do strongly urge you guys, unless you're looking to spend a lot of money on a hopper, if you're going for a budget baller setup, to go with the Vulcan VMAX. And even if not, overall the VMAX is a great loader. It'll do great on any pump gun, most mech guns. I use it on my GOG-XD, which is an electric gun, and it still performs great on there. So overall, I do strongly recommend the Vulcan VMAX. And once again, guys, this has been the Outdoor Action Channel. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching. I appreciate anybody who subscribes, likes the video, leave some comments down below on what you think. And in the coming weeks, we're going to get a nice budget baller setup, mostly with stuff that you guys have already seen, maybe a little changes to that too. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for coming back.